Raw garlic is so spicy. Even just a little of this stuff can overwhelm the other flavours in any given dish and burn your mouth off in the process. But garlic can be so much more than just a spicy ingredient. With the right understanding, you can fine-tune garlic's taste and spiciness to suit whatever dish you're trying to make. In this video, we'll dive into the science of garlic and explain how we can prepare garlic in different ways to create various different flavours. We'll then apply that knowledge in context with the classic garlic dish, tzatziki. But first, let's look at how tzatziki is usually made. Tzatziki is a classic Greek condiment made from Greek yogurt, grated cucumber, and extra virgin olive oil, and of course, garlic. First, let's peel the garlic. The way I do that is I just crush it with the knife and just peel away the skin. Then, with a really sharp knife, just cut along. Ah! Ooh, stinger. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Just gather it all up and just chop it until you've got quite a fine paste. Everything's wobbling. So we're looking for something a little bit like that. We're going to throw that minced garlic into a bowl with about half a cup of Greek yogurt, a quarter of a lemon, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We'll also want to peel about a quarter of a cucumber. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. Take your peeled cucumber and grate it. Grab a bowl and just squeeze out as much water as you can. Just put that, the Greek yogurt and the extra virgin olive oil. Finally, we've got some chives. Try and chop the chives as thinly as possible. Whisk that up with a fork until everything's incorporated. Pinch of salt. I'm using table salt here, maybe quarter teaspoon there. That's actually very nice. It's delicious, but the garlic's got a real spiciness to it. Anytime you get a little tiny piece of the minced garlic, it's actually burning my lips off. If you want to stop garlic from burning your lips off, you first need to understand why garlic is spicy in the first place. Garlic is an allium, which is the same plant family as onions, leeks, and chives. As alliums grow, they absorb sulfur from the soil. It's this sulfur that gives onions and garlic that distinct aroma and spiciness. But garlic in particular absorbs a lot more sulfur than other alliums. According to On Food and Cooking, garlic has 100 times the concentration of sulfur compared to other alliums. This is why garlic is so much more spicy than onions or chives. But strangely, raw garlic isn't actually aromatic or spicy at all. It only develops these characteristics once it's been damaged. That is, once it's been crushed, chopped, minced, or chewed. You can easily test this for yourself. Take a raw clove of garlic and smell it. It'll have quite a mild smell. Then, compare that to a minced garlic clove. The difference is insane. So what's going on here? Why does raw garlic only develop what we would call a garlicky taste and smell after it's been damaged? Well, this happens because garlic contains an enzyme called allinase. When garlic's damaged, this enzyme reacts with the sulfuric compound found in garlic called alliin. This reaction then creates another sulfuric compound called allicin. It's this allicin compound specifically that's responsible for garlic's distinct aroma and spiciness. And the more that you damage garlic, the more allicin will be created. So, if our goal is to remove the spiciness from garlic, then the key is to remove the allicin. Turns out that isn't very hard. The key is heat. Neither allicin nor allinase, that enzyme that creates allicin, can withstand high temperatures. When you cook garlic, it loses any allicin it contains and its ability to create new allicin. In other words, it'll irrevocably lose its aroma and spiciness. That's why if you microwave a bulb of garlic for 30 seconds, which some people do to make it easier to peel, it'll have hardly any spice in it. Seriously, try it. It's so bizarre. So the microwave is a pretty simple way to kill garlic spiciness, but it isn't the best approach. There's loads of other ways to heat garlic and kill the spiciness that also create new and interesting flavours. You see, garlic has a large concentration of natural sugar. This high concentration of sugar means that garlic lends itself really well to caramelization. There's a bunch of different ways you can caramelize garlic, but one way is to slice the garlic very thinly and fry it with a little bit of butter on medium heat until it turns a tan brown colour on both sides. This creates some semi-sweet flavours that aren't too overpowering and also removes the garlic's harsh and spicy edge while still retaining some of that oniony aroma. An alternative way to caramelise the garlic, which will create even more sweetness, is to roast it. To do this, grab a full head of garlic, chop off the end, wrap it in tin foil and then drown it in extra virgin olive oil. You can then bake that at about 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 45 minutes, or until it looks like this. The garlic turns very sweet with no spiciness whatsoever and takes on a sort of paste-like consistency. It's great to use as a spread or to incorporate into sauces. So with all that in mind, what's the best way to prepare garlic? The fact is, there's no best or correct way to prepare garlic. It all depends on what you want to achieve. If your goal is to remove the spiciness from garlic, the key is heat, whether it's the microwave, the oven, or the hob. If you want to dull the spiciness but keep a little bit of that spice and aroma, rapidly cook the garlic in butter. If instead you want a complex, sweet taste with absolutely no spiciness, then go for roasted garlic. Even raw garlic still has a place if used sparingly. You could use a little raw garlic sliced or minced as a garnish, or mix it into sauces and dressings. Or you could go for my personal favourite approach, which is using all three variants of garlic together. You could mix rapidly cooked sliced garlic and roasted garlic with your sauce or vegetables, and then top that with a little bit of raw garlic for some added spiciness. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with my tzatziki recipe. So for this last one, we're going to combine the three different flavours of garlic. So we've got the raw garlic, we're going to use a tiny little bit of that. Don't know why that's there. We've got some roasted garlic, which is really sweet and caramelised. Oh, it looks good. It just oozes out. I'll mix in about a clove of that. And then I've got some rapidly cooked garlic. I'll just mix that in there as well. And finally, I'll use the microplane to add in about half a clove of raw garlic. We'll mix that all together. With the roasted garlic parts, you might want to mash them to the side a little bit to get them more distributed throughout the sauce. A little bit more salt. That tastes so good. You've got a really strong garlicky taste and smell, but you've also got some kind of like bit of sweetness, I suppose. We'd highly recommend mixing together the three different flavors instead of just using raw garlic. This is how I'm going to make tzatziki going forward. Bah. So now that you've mastered garlic, why not combine that with some carbonara science? Roasted garlic carbonara sounds so good.